and the kitchen was like in the hallways, right? Like,
Yeah,
was,
something like that.
It was like with like everybody with the building, you gotta share.
Yeah, that and
yeah, that's horrible.
They would just have like a little like oven or like a little toaster kind of thing.
Okay. Yeah, no.
In a seedy area, and I'm like, no.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to do it. Even like right now, downtown is going really expensive. Very expensive.
Can you move over to your right a little bit so we can see it?
Okay.
So we have two complete strangers talking about housing, which is wonderful, very uplifting. So, and the show is called Uplifting Interviews with Total Strangers. So we got two total strangers. Can you see? We'll do the names later, so we don't reveal your names. But
right.
can you move over to your left a little bit so we get you on camera? You see the camera there? If you guys can stay in camera. So you guys were talking about Section 8 housing and how it's what were you saying about that each first floor?
Oh, in parts of Hollywood that I know of, they're required. The brand new high-rise apartment complexes are required for the first floor for Section 8.
Wow! And you said you scored your apartment from your grandma that passed away.
Oh yeah. So basically, like, how I stayed in that apartment was just that my grandma passed away, and then the landlord was just like, "Are you able to maintain the rent? Like, do you want to stay?" And I'm like, "Of course. I need it. That's like the only option." So I went with that option. So I'm staying right there, and I've been there for like 2 years, and it's been wonderful.
That's like your inheritance.
Yep.
How uplifting is that? That's great.
Man, very uplifting.
Is it a one-bedroom?
Yeah, it really is. Yeah, it's a one bedroom.
And you work for the Salvation Army?
No. Right now I'm a construction worker. Like right now.
Okay.
Yeah, right now I'm just going to school.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, like.
Salvation Army.
No. Right now I'm taking like some construction programs. Like yeah, and I'm so right now I even got like certified by the state and everything. Like I'm ready to Like right now I'm just waiting for placement. Like I'm ready to get inside the union right now.
And the young lady is looking for work, and she's going for an interview. I was going to give her some advice. I was giving her some advice on knocking an interview down. You know, just being positive and a good eye contact and.
That's right.
No, tomorrow. I wouldn't go like this. It's tomorrow at 10.
Oh yeah, you got
Cost
this.
Plus. It's in West LA, and I already had a phone kind of interview.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah.
But I want if it all works out in my favor and I do get the job, I want to work there and then transfer to the one at the Grove.
Okay, the one at the Grove.
Because it's a Cost Plus. It's a really cool store.
Okay. What is it, like a Nordstrom?
No, it's kind of like an upper scale. Like they sell like plates and food and different unique kind of stuff from like all around the world. They sell caviar. They sell
Cost Plus?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a very good cool place for getting knickknacks and paddywhacks.
I used to own a flower shop in Beverly Hills in Marina Del Rey, and when we had like high-end clientele, because of where we were located, when they would like order big baskets, we'd go there and get all the stuff.
'Cause I live in Marina Del Rey. Which shop was yours?
It's called it was called Apropos, and now it's a veterinarian.
Okay. On Lincoln?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Right near, it's not that far from the college. Loyola Marymount.
Okay.
And there's like a market, a Ralph's Market. Mindanao, that area?
Yeah. I live on Bora Bora.
Okay.
It's a cool area. The rent's a little more expensive there. I paid $2,800.
Well, I lived
one bedroom.
I lived in Santa Monica for a year, right near 3rd Street Promenade.
Move over to your left a little bit so we can see you. Go ahead.
Yeah, I lived by the beach for a year, and but I had roommates, and it's just difficult. It became very challenging.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I can't do no roommates.
Roommates
missing and your stuff missing and.
Yeah, I think I tried to do roommates at my house like 2 times. I'm like, never again.
Roommates and partners is tough.
Yeah, never again. I can't do it.
So how are you working in construction now? Is that what you said?
You said what?
You're working in construction
Yeah,
now?
I'm actually just waiting. Like right now, we just got certified and everything, so I'm just waiting for placement. Like yeah, so most likely in like a week or 2. Most likely I'm looking at LAX or like the Ram Stadium.
Okay.
Yeah, so I don't know what I want to.
I mean,
Is that in Inglewood?
Yeah. I think I might just go. Honestly, I don't know because I want to go to LA because that might be like a long term and like a project, and then over here it might be like a little project. Like
Well, in the marina, I mean, there's got to be hundreds and hundreds of workers building those complexes. I would think there's work there.
Oh yeah.
But that's kind of a ways for you.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, but most likely I already see myself going far places.
But what about downtown? Downtown's got
Yeah,
a
there's
huge amount of construction.
Only that I'm scared of heights. I can't do no.
Are you serious?
No, like working and then being up there. I think I wouldn't even be able. Like my.
Is that why they cover it?
Yeah, I don't know,
To
but
help?
I feel like I'm
No,
not,
that's not the reason.
No.
That's for debris and dust and things like that.
I'm like, I'm not risking my
That
life.
is so fun. It's not funny. It's just how ironic is that?
Yeah.
Because it requires.
Yeah.
Well, in construction, at 17, I got hired to build a silo, and that's 120 feet in the air. And my application was, he said, climb it. And so the first thing you got to do is climb it. And if you can't climb one, you can't build one, right?
Yeah.
So I climbed it, and about 60 feet up, I started to rest. I wasn't really scared, but it was pretty high up, 60 feet, and my legs started shaking. It's like, I think I was tired. My leg was scared, or I was tired, but so that was quite a job.
Yeah, I need to be on the floor working.
Yeah, I worked in most every field
Now,
in.
like in an interview, do you have to mention that? I mean, would you?
No, because like
You
so
just wanna get the
basically
gig.
like there's commercial and then industry, and then the
Commercial's low.
Yeah, commercial is like little, like on the house, like little residence, little apartments, stuff like that. Like industry is just like more like buildings in downtown and all that, like big stuff. I don't know about that. Yeah, I don't know about that. That's too much.
It's just the little things that.
Yeah, it's because honestly, like I said, like I don't know how people like just walk on the edge of the little scaffolds.
I know, and they have like their back toward the.
Yeah, like
the,
I'm not doing that. I'm like, I don't know how they do it. I need to be indoors where nobody can see me.
What about the steel workers that walk the beams?
Oh my God, I don't know how they do it. Even like the people that paint the bridges. Oh my God, I don't
the
know how they
taggers?
do. No. Like literally like the painters, like to paint like the Golden Gate Bridge. Like I seen a documentary how they painted it. It's so horrible. It's so horrible.
Even speaking of the taggers, like, how the hell do they get like the
Up there.
overpasses?
Yeah, I don't know.
They hang by their feet or what?
Yeah, they do that. I don't know what they do. They tie themselves most likely.
They say on the Golden Gate Bridge, it's always being painted. By the time you get to one end, it needs to start over again.
Yeah.
So they're always painting the bridge.
Always.
So what advice do you guys have for each other in going forward and in life?
You gotta knock out that interview.
I know,
tomorrow,
I
and
know.
then that's gonna be the door opening to everything else.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
And I know you're most likely gonna get it.
And you're gonna get your gig.
Oh yeah, thank
It's
you so
raining.
much.
It's right in front of you.
Oh yeah, literally. I know.
You know, enjoy like this time because you're gonna get really busy. You're gonna look back and say, "Damn, I should have done this or done that."
I know right now, like, I just go to school and I come back home. I'm patient. I'm being, like, very patient with myself. And, like, I always tell myself, like, patience is the key to life. And then after, like, it's going to play out. Like,
That's like a total test in life for me is patience because I have that.
yeah, I thought, yeah.
I want it. I want it yesterday.
Yep.
Well, it sounds like you guys don't need my advice at all. This is great. This is first interview where I'm not dispelling my advice there. You guys are giving it to each other.
You know, what was really funny is that when I Ubered it to the location where you picked me up, we picked up. I don't know if they were brother and sister. One of the they were high school students. We picked them up like I'm not quite like in the Hollywood area and drove them all the way to downtown for high school.
I drove someone from the marina to Burbank, two middle school kids.
For Taft or
No, it was Burbank Adventist School. So that was a 20-mile ride.
so it took them like it took forever because of traffic and everything, but it took like a good over a half hour.
Do you all talk and communicate?
The girl was very introverted, but she just gotten accepted to college in San Diego, the university. So we kind of brought that up, but she, unless you asked her something, she wouldn't say anything.
Yeah, what I think is a shame is I've done a couple lines where people get in and they don't talk to each other. And it's like, I can understand people being in the same car or being on a plane next to each other, not talking to one another. I mean, do you guys find that society is just closed in on itself? There's you don't know your neighbors, and there's no socialization. What do you guys think about that?
I don't know. I mean, sometimes I just have a lot on my mind, so I'm not as overly friendly. Just kind of keep to myself.
Okay.
I don't like to get too friendly with my neighbors. I like kind of private that way.
Okay. Do you know your neighbors?
Yeah. Everybody knows. No, they know me.
All right.
Yeah, but
How old are you?
I'm 21.
You're just a baby.
But I just feel like people don't have people skills. I like talking.
Social skills?
Yeah. I mean, I don't mind talking. Just regular.
Well, that's what separates us from the animals. We can communicate, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay, well, I want to thank you guys for participating in uplifting interviews with total strangers.
Thank you for having us.
And you can see it on YouTube. Subscribe.